Are you someone that's looking for enjoyment in your job, to do more of what you like and where possible to do less of what you hate? Or maybe you just feel like your lack of work experience isn't really helping your situation. I want to reveal 3 things from my experience as a senior level executive working in Fortune 500 organizations to high-profile privately owned companies that I believe will actually offer some perspective to help you in your job search. Hey guys, it's Brian back at you with another video where my goal is to help you unlock a rewarding career and a life you'll be proud of. And to that, let me ask you guys a question. Are you still looking for a fulfilling career? Are you currently unhappy with where you are? Like stuck, feeling stagnant, and feeling underappreciated. I get it. No one wants to be in that situation. In fact, you, like everyone else, want a fulfilling career, right? A purpose-driven career where you get to positively contribute to the company or to society and to help others. And of course, to be paid a reasonable and healthy salary. How are you currently going after the career you want? I mean, if your strategy consists of brushing up on your cover letter and resume and applying online, well, I think we could all easily conclude that it's not working. But why isn't it working? Well, I'd like for us to dive into that, but more specifically, I want to reveal 3 things from my experience as a senior level executive working in Fortune 500 organizations to high-profile privately owned companies that I believe will actually offer some perspective to help you in your job search. These 3 factors are quite common, and I do see it time and time again with my clients. So if I can help at least just one of you guys out with regards to your job search, well, this video is definitely worth making. Let me share some inside information. When it comes to the hiring process in any organization, there's only so much money in the pot for the next year to spend on events, promotions, marketing, infrastructure, and people. This is where at the executive level, you have to make a strong case to get the approval from the CEO for the additional headcount. Essentially, it's just me against all the other senior executives at the table where we all have our legitimate needs for our department, wanting to add more people so that we can support our goals. I'm gonna have to build my business case where I match it up to the strategic goals of the year of my department and show how the additional headcount is going to contribute to the overall strategy or the overall goals of the company, and to prove how the return on the investment will actually outweigh the cost of hiring a new person. And understandably, there's going to be some fruitful discussion and well-intentioned debate amongst the entire leadership team, and eventually the CEO is going to have to make a call and give me the okay to hire someone. Here's the rub, right? Getting the approval wasn't easy, and while it may feel good for me to have that win and get the okay to hire someone for the department, the other departments, my fellow colleagues who didn't get the approval, they're going to have to work harder, they're going to have to work smarter, they're going to have to change things up, which could understandably impact my department as well. So how can I help my fellow colleagues? The best thing I can do is to hire the very best person possible. A high performer doesn't just fit in with my team, but someone that can actually work with other departments, right? You see, it's all about hiring a high performer that not only I will notice, but that other departments will also notice. So with this in mind, how does this actually help you in your job search? Let's just look at the resume as an example. The first thing I want you to do is ask yourself, does this resume truly make me look like a high performer? Or does my resume use generic phrases like on time, under budget, or delivered solutions and tools, or increased process efficiency? I'm telling you right now, a lot of people use these phrases on their resume, so it's really lost its impact over time. And let's just be frank, delivering solutions and tools really doesn't tell me much. Instead, how is your resume showing your unique achievements? How have you positively impacted a company? And how do you write this all in a way that a common person can understand and appreciate, regardless of how technical your field is? It's all about taking an honest look at your resume to see if your resume reflects that of a high performer. And if I stack this resume beside your competitors, would your resume still stand out? And regarding how to make your resume stand out, another element that you will need to consider is that you're gonna have to show me how you're different from your competition. Think about it, guys. Let's just say you saw a job posting for the general manager of a Costco. I'm making this up, but let's just say that this job posting is looking for 3 years of managerial experience, 6 years working in a wholesale organization, and it also requires a college degree. And as you read the job description, you're like, okay, I've got 3 years of leadership experience, check. I've been working at another Costco for the last 7 years, check. And I have a bachelor's degree, check. Automatic and common reaction is like, wow, this job posting is a great fit for me. I feel like it was written for me and I feel like I really have a shot at this one. The thing is that Jen over there is also reading the job description and read it the exact same way too. She's worked at a Sam's Club. She's a supervisor and she too has a bachelor's degree. And then you've got Bob over here who's reading the job posting on his phone, and he's currently working at a PriceSmart for the last 8 years and feels he's got a really good shot at this. So you, Bob, and Jen all have a bachelor's degree. You all have worked in a warehouse club organization. You've all managed people. You have had to deal with inventory issues and manage the daily operations, and the list goes on. Essentially, all of this information is going to go onto your resume, and apart from the name at the very top, the resumes are all going to look very similar, won't it? So the second thing I want you to do is ask yourself, does my resume answer the question, how am I different? Just imagine if Bob and Jen were standing right beside you right now and the hiring manager across the way needed to choose between the three of you. What does the hiring manager need to know about you to make an informed decision? What do you offer that's different from Bob? Or how do you approach problems differently from Jen? What's essentially unique about you? And once you figure that out, I want you to integrate that point of differentiation into your resume. Moving on to the next point to help you in your job search, I really want you to see the whole hiring process from the point of view of the target audience. This could be the hiring manager, this could be the HR recruiter, or an external recruiter. Stephen Covey's book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, lists the 5th habit as seek first to understand, then be understood. And to this point, it's imperative that we seek to understand the world from our audience's point of view. For the vast majority of us, when it comes time to write a resume or a cover letter, it's all about us. What I've done, what career I want, what I can learn from this role, how I can grow in this company. It's time to shift away from this and look at the needs of your target audience. And if you don't know what the needs are, then it's your duty to go find out. Let's take a look at the job interview as an example. Generally speaking, if we are being interviewed, we think that this is the time for us to answer the question from the hiring manager and to answer it in a way where we can really show off our accomplishments, talk about how great we are, or tell the manager what we want. And yet, on the surface, this isn't wrong, but it completely ignores the needs of the audience, the needs of the hiring manager or of the company. Let's say in your current experience, you've been really great at managing inventory levels and have been able to meet operational KPIs for the last 3 years. And because of your work, it actually resulted in bottom line revenue and even allowed for international expansion of the company as a whole. And you are really proud of this. And in the interview, this was something you talked about a lot and heavily emphasized. Whereas the hiring manager that was interviewing you was really looking for someone with mastery of Microsoft Excel, someone to teach the rest of the department so that they could independently track inventory, because the department was suffering from carrying way too much inventory. And unfortunately, because you never took the moment to find out the specific needs of the hiring manager, you didn't realize the manager needed someone with Excel expertise, which was a complete shame because you happened to be an Excel master and was one of the reasons as to how you were able to deliver on your KPIs and keep inventory levels at bay. And because you never talked about your expertise in Excel, the hiring manager assumed you didn't have it. The end result? Well, you didn't get the job. So it's so important to really understand the needs of our target audience. Many times, these needs aren't even in the job posting. And this is what we've dubbed the black swans, the hidden reasons or the hidden needs of what a company is actually looking for in a candidate. So let's recap the 3 big factors at play that may be holding you back in your career, and what can you do to address these? Number 1, you have to make sure that you as a candidate are seen as a high performer. Number 2, that you are uniquely positioned and you can easily answer the question, how are you different? And number 3, you need to see the job search from the point of view of your target audience, whether that's the hiring manager or the HR recruiter. And while I use resume writing and interviewing as examples, these 3 factors go beyond just resume and interviews, right? They extend to the entire job hunting journey, from networking to interviewing to screening and to the job offer negotiation phase. And when you properly address these 3 factors, you'll position yourself above your competition. You're telling the hiring manager how you're different so she doesn't have to go figure it out herself. And you're also taking the time to understand her needs of the perfect candidate and then show her how you're that person. So then it begs the question, how do you do all of this? How do you make yourself look like a high performer? How do you discover your unique value proposition? How do you properly reveal the hiring manager's black swans? This is where I come in, and I'm super excited to say that my Job Search Mastery program is now open. And this is a live coaching and mentoring program where we will work together for at least the next 6 weeks to transform you into a job hunting contender so that you can take full control of your career and be that in-demand candidate so that you can truly have the career that you want. I'm sure some of you are probably wondering how you can get this program for free. Well, I'll have that at the end of this video, and I'll share how some of my previous clients have managed to purchase my services without spending a dime. I want to make that very clear that these are not online courses. These are live sessions where accountability is built in, as well as multiple revisions of your resume and cover letter. And more than that, this is where we dive into your background, your experiences, and discover your unique value proposition, even if you're light on work experience. I'm going to teach you how to leverage all of this across the entire job search journey, and I'll also share all the effective pressure test strategies across resume writing, LinkedIn, networking, salary negotiations, interviewing, and so much more. Because these are live sessions, you're going to have that one-up advantage of someone who has held executive leadership roles in the past to challenge you and give you the real feedback and criticism that you need to grow and to reveal those blind spots. On top of everything, there's going to be additional support from yours truly after the 6 sessions are completed. So no doubt, this program is going to take work on your part, that you're going to have to put in effort and time into it. But at the end of the day, this is for you, right? This is for your career, for your happiness, so that you can get that fulfillment and purpose that you seek. Of course, it's going to help you get the compensation that you're looking for so that you can support your family and your loved ones. A lot of people just let their careers happen to them, and I know deep down that you're not one of them, which is why you're here. And I've been very fortunate to help many others just like you learn the tools and strategies that you're going to need to take control of your career. And these are the skills that are literally going to last you a career lifetime. So click the link below and sign up now to fulfill that promise to yourself of making your career a priority. Some of you watching may be wondering if this is really right for you, and I totally get it, right? This may be our first time coming across each other, and you may be new to my approach, and to that, I encourage you to take advantage and get a resume review from 101 Mentor that's right from me, which is free at the time of shooting this video, so you can experience firsthand my philosophy, my methodology towards resume writing, and get a better idea of what it could be like working together, and see how I can truly transform you into a job hunting contender. I'm going to have a link below to the resume review as well. And when it comes to cost, the other question that you're going to have to ask yourself is, how much is it going to cost you for not taking action? The emotional cost of stress and anxiety of your current career situation, the financial cost of earning less than your potential compounded over time. And you may be wondering, how can I get this for cheaper or maybe even for free? Well, I can tell you how some of my previous clients were able to purchase the program without spending a dime. And here's what they did. These clients were either working in academia or in an organization that had employee perks where the company would reimburse their employees for coaching or mentoring sessions. In other cases, clients in the academic setting were permitted to actually utilize grants to pay for mentorship and coaching sessions as well. So it was as simple as sending the paid invoice over to the HR department, and voila, the cost was reimbursed. Now I realize that this won't work for everyone, but it may help some of you guys out. So I'm really excited about this program, and I know that it's going to help a lot of you out there that are ready to truly make an impact in your careers. Guys, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.